Yes.
So I would like to ask you about your opinion on the environment. Do you think that global warming is the biggest problem facing humanity in our times?
Yeah.
Could you say more about that?
Because now Japanese government tried to make the amount of rubbish decrease, or now trash separating system in Japan is kind of difficult for us as well and for foreigners as well,
Why is it difficult?
because we have to separate plastic, burnable, and it's unburnable can, bottles, clothes, newspapers, and pack box,
light bulbs,
and yeah.
batteries.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
Well, it's kind of lazy.
Lazy?
It's like a.
Or like you don't want to do
It's
it?
like paint and egg. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's a pain. I see. Yes, I agree.
Difficult, troublesome.
I agree. But maybe you mean the government are making a big effort,
Yeah.
or trying to make people make a big effort.
But it's
About the
it's Japan is really working hard about it, but not only own country, because whole country in the world should think about it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're talking about, do you think there are other problems which are more serious than that, or do you think that's the most serious problem, James?
I think climate change is probably the most serious problem at the moment.
So for our generation, I mean, like we are older than the MIC students' generation. No, we sometimes don't feel like it, but it's a kind of a responsibility to do something, or we should hand it on to next generation.
Oh, everybody needs to do something. It's everybody's responsibility.
And what's something that we could do that's easy for example, students to do? Or ordinary people?
Reduce waste. That's something. Reduce waste is always good. You can always waste less. Will always have a good impact.
For example?
Well, wasting electricity.
But I think the problem is that we always just sound like we're preaching to people. So it's not really exciting.
No.
So how to make that message be exciting? And I suppose, do you know that Swedish child, she's about 16 years old, young woman, called Greta Thunberg, who's like, I want you to panic. And I think she's absolutely great because she makes it kind of interesting by going on a boat across the sea, because she says, no more aeroplanes. And it's so radical. Do you think it would be a good idea to strike in Japanese school?
I've got some suggestions, all right, but I don't want to say them here because I'll get in trouble for saying them.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, I
I've
mean,
got
I
some
personally,
radical ideas.
as a teacher, I think it would be very awful to strike in school, but the strength of her feeling is very good in a way. Would you think school strike is a good idea, Saka?
Not really.
Thank goodness for that. Okay, so we've got only a little time, and let's summarise what we talked about so far, though we could talk for about another hour or 3 hours about it. We've talked about recycling, and we've talked about
threats.
It being it's a big serious problem, and don't waste stuff was a way to solve it.
One thing to help.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's probably a good place to finish.